Get your occupation on, y'all. It's time for protests and violence. Okay, folks, so we've all been reading about the whole Occupy movement, so I decided to go down to Occupy Dallas and interview a few folks. Unfortunately, the occupiers were on lunch break, but I did manage to catch some self-professed libertarians protesting the Fed. Ending the Federal Reserve, I'm on board with that, so I thought that I'd be in good company until...
They're coming at us from so many different directions.
Right.
With the food, the water, the vaccinations, the economy, all these things at once, and it's overwhelming.
What do you mean about that?
The additives they're putting in the food, the nutrients that they don't have in food anymore.
But you believe that the United States government is systematically suppressing that information?
Yes.
You believe they're systematically poisoning
I believe they are. They don't realize with the people up above them, the very elites, how sinister they are and how evil these people are. They want to kill us all.
It should be noted that every single one of them was a 9/11 truther and believed that the government was trying to kill us through our water supply and give us cancer. But they did say that them and the whole Occupy movement were part of the same giant revolution. So let's examine the key points of this whole Occupy movement. Now, so do I. Anybody who watches this channel knows that I was completely against the bank bailouts and hate crony capitalism more than anybody. Now, these people mainly hate big banks because of their giant political contributions, so I think they're protesting Barack Obama. So on this we agree, but the place where they lose me is when they believe that the solution to corrupt government-business relationships is to increase taxes and the size of government? Now, you've all heard this whole 99% number, which I think comes from the misconstrued idea that 1% of the country owns 99% of the wealth, when the truth is that 47% of Americans don't even pay taxes. Quick question, if you're making no money and paying no taxes, how many people can you employ? But we hear folks saying that some people are making so much money that it's unfair. Okay, let's go with that. Ben and Jerry are as liberal as two lovable, furry ice cream kings could possibly be, and they believed just that. In the 1980s, they stated that the highest paid employee at their company should never make more than 5 times that of the lowest paid employee. Surprisingly enough, their company was in the red, and they needed to hire a new CEO. Did they come into the real world and scrap that whole salary cap? Can you still enjoy a pint of Chunky Monkey? Says the movement trying to gain steam through a Twitter hashtag. Listen, I hate crony capitalism more than anybody, especially the Wall Street and bank bailouts. But if you want to talk about politicians being corrupted, why aren't we talking unions? Now, I've used this list many times in this channel, where we've shown people the list of top political donors from 1989 to 2010. So why aren't these occupiers protesting things like the UAW, the teachers' unions, or even places like Solyndra? Oh, of course. Maybe it's because the unions are supporting this movement through both money and manpower. Well, that couldn't be because they want to throw Americans off the scent of the real string pullers, could it? I don't know. I don't know. I can guess they hate capitalism, but they love weed. And despite what the media has tried to sell us, these protests are pathetically attended with numbers of people that would be abysmal for any Tea Party rally. Maybe that's why members of this movement are getting arrested in nearly every major city across the country. They're just bored. Now, I know this movement might be cute and entertaining for a bit, but just remember, folks, if you're part of the 53% of Americans who pay taxes, and those people want what you have, eventually, they're going to have to try and take it by force.
Ultimately, bourgeoisie won't go without violent means. Revolution. We have revolution, yes. Revolution that is led by working class. Long live revolution. Long live socialism. Yeah!
Go ahead and give it your best shot, Mr. Luis Guzman lookalike. We're easy to find.